California doctors muzzled. Bill 2098 is a blow against freedom of speech. On September 30th, 2022, the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, signed Assembly Bill 2098, which marks a sad day for advocates of free speech. This law is supposed to stop medical misinformation by medical doctors. To quote the bill, major news outlets have reported that some of the most dangerous propagators of inaccurate information regarding the COVID-19 vaccines are licensed healthcare professionals. The bill defines misinformation as, quote, false information that is contradicted by contemporary scientific consensus, contrary to the standard of care. How does this law muzzle doctors? Dr. Mark McDonald, medical doctor from California, explains this in the following excerpt from a recent KLA-TV interview. It is the medical doctors who implement pharmaceutical drugs and treatments. The unavoidable question arises, who profits from them being stripped of their right to speak openly? KLA-TV has documented hundreds of dissenting voices, high-ranking experts who, under extreme pressure and unprecedented censorship, have contradicted the self-proclaimed government and mass media scientific consensus. Now more than ever, it is the time to fearlessly and carefully listen to and spread every dissenting voice from these countless experts who are censored by corporate media and bullied into silence by legal bans. It is imperative to stand up for freedom of speech and expression for everyone, also for those whose expert opinion is being suppressed. Here is Mark McDonald, medical doctor from California, with his assessment of the new California law.
Your second to last article was fantastic. Tell us a little bit about the shocking possibility of a law that's going to muzzle you here in California.
This article I wrote about regarding the misinformation bill, medical misinformation bill, AB 2098, Assembly Bill 2098, out of the state of California legislature in Sacramento, will legally, if it is signed into law by Governor Gavin Newsom, and it's still on his desk, and he hasn't yet signed it, but if it's signed into law, it will legally ban free speech by physicians in a professional context.
Give me an example of what you might say that this new law would ban.
Providing mRNA injections, which are called vaccines inappropriately, to children should be considered malpractice and should be banned because there is no possible benefit to the child and there is only harm, a lot of it documented. That statement that I am medically opposed on a medical, ethical, and moral basis to giving injections to children of mRNA therapeutics, that statement puts me at odds with the official position of the state and the Medical Board of California. And theoretically, if they chose to, the California Medical Board could suspend my license for saying that either to a patient or on a social media platform. Now, they restricted the law, it was revised, to only include communication between a doctor and a patient, as if that's an improvement, because now you're basically making it impossible to have a confidential doctor-patient relationship. But this doesn't solve the problem of the social media post misinformation campaign, because what's going to happen is you're going to get shill patients showing up who've read your social media posts saying vaccines should be banned for children, this specific vaccine, non-vaccine vaccine. And they're going to come in and they're going to say, doctor, I want to bring my child to see you. No, he's unvaccinated. Is that okay? And then you're going to say, well, not only is it okay, I wouldn't support any child from getting an mRNA shot, and I'm glad that you made that choice, and please continue to protect your child from these toxins. And that would, of course, be recorded or noted by the shill patient, who would then go back to the state and say, I'm a patient of Dr. Mark McDonald, and he is opposing sound medical advice and putting children in harm's way. I want to file a complaint. And then the California Medical Board would say, thank you very much. we're going to investigate, we'll send the investigation unit out, and we'll have his medical license suspended. That's exactly what's going to happen. And once that happens with 2 or 3 doctors, guess what will happen? Every other doctor in the state will fall in line, they will no longer speak, there will be a true silencing effect, and after 2 to 4 years, when the law is overturned after multiple appeals, perhaps to the Supreme Court, on constitutional grounds, the job will be done. California will have gotten all the doctors to toe the line, and you will never have any more dissent out of the medical establishment, the MD establishment here in the state of California. And that's what I wrote about in my recent Substack. And I also stated that despite the fact that the bill has not been signed into law, I am already under investigation by the California Medical Board for a social media post that I apparently put out over a year ago. I don't know what it was because they won't tell me, but apparently I posted something related to vaccines, masks, school closures, etc., that was anonymously reported by a non-patient, and now the medical board is using that as a rationale to send an investigator to interview me to see if I'm spreading medical misinformation. So I am currently under investigation, even pre-law, for doing nothing other than telling the truth.
The attempt by California's government to muzzle experts whose professional voices are disliked cannot get past the fact that thousands of experts and whistleblowers from the media, pharma, and the medical establishment have already come forward. They all bring comprehensible and convincing evidence to light that prove COVID-19 and the mRNA injections are quite different than mainstream media and the crisis profiteers would like the world to believe. Watch our broadcasts on this and spread the suppressed dissenting voices too, now more than ever.
Why is freedom of speech so important? Why is fear unhealthy and addictive for society, and what are ways out of it? Find out more in the full interview with Mark McDonald, which is being aired on Sunday the 16th of October. Is mainstream media telling us the truth? Join KLA-TV for a look at what insiders have to tell about how media and politics work together to push the public in certain directions. Watch and spread this video.